Alright, good afternoon, guys. So, this lesson that we're going to be doing, basically, you're going to take some notes on our graphic organizer, and then I'm going to give you the reading assignment that you'll have for our class discussion for tomorrow and our activity for tomorrow. So, if we're looking at our notes here, okay, the theme for this unit is going to be perspective. Okay. And go ahead and just fill out your notes with that handout that you got from today. Fill these out as I go along with the video. Okay. So our last unit was 1950s Modernism. Our current unit is 1960s, and we're still in the modern area. And then our next years that we're going to be covering, believe it or not, is the 70s. Okay? So with our bubble, 1960s modernism is specifically about this unit, is about perspective to determine one's own opinion. And this is going to apply not only to what we're going to be reading, but also to some of these historical figures that we're going to talk about and what Ms. Hall is going to talk about that'll link to the literature that I have for you. Okay? So our first little area, go ahead and go right over here and make a box. This is going to be your whole unit outline. The first thing that we're going to look at is oh goodness, I can't spell. Your research presentation. Okay, there'll be a couple things that go along with these notes here. So you guys can see this for sure. So our research presentation, okay, has a couple things that are involved in it. A, you're going to have to present to the class. And in this you can use either a PowerPoint or Prezi, whatever you are comfortable with. And then B, you're going to have to create a handout. And activity for class. So with that, that's going to be linked to some of the historical stuff that Mrs. Hall has been talking about. And so you will have to present on that material, and she'll give you guys topics. And then literature and research, all that stuff will be on my end with literature. Our second box, which is what we're going to focus on for the lesson for tomorrow, so you guys are ready for it, is going to be a document where we discuss Malcolm X, and then versus Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, and here we're actually going to have a document where it gives us two sides to the story about how we go about having equal rights for all people within the 1960s and the early 70s. Okay, so this is what we'll be focused on here with tomorrow's lesson, tomorrow's discussion. But let's move forward so you guys can know the rest of the unit. So our third box, we're going to look at MLK. And it's going to be an investigation. This has to do with the Vietnam War that Mrs. Hall's been talking about. So you're going to get some actual soldier documents, some case files, those types of things. You're going to have to figure out, the decision and figure out if that decision was correct or not. This will probably have a lot to do with classroom discussion as well. And then our last one is going to be a really fun project for you guys and for me, because I get to watch you guys present this. This is the songs of the 1960s project. Okay, so this is going to be an individualized project. And you will get rubrics for both the songs project over here, and the research project. This research presentation is going to be more of a group project, where the song project will be individual. And you'll have to give me some background on the artist that you select, the song that you select, why it's influential in the 1960s. We're going to be looking at a lot of different music having to do with how it reflects the Vietnam War and the time period of the society. Okay? So here is our unit, and it's all outlined for you so you know what's going to happen with all of that. So this will be probably take about 4 or 5 weeks for us. This will be our next little project here. Now, when we talk about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., the packet that you guys grabbed before you left my classroom today, the front side of the packet looks like this. Okay? If I can get my camera to hold still. Alright, so this is that packet that I was talking about, and you may want to write down some information over here because we've got some information for you to be able to APA cite it. So you've got 3 different authors here that are attributing to this article, the company that's coming from, the copyright year, okay, and then the title and the chapter are right here. So if you're going to be citing some of this information, you're going to want to make sure that you can APA cite it. Okay, so with these, actually within the documents, and here I'll just open up a page for you. Okay, so for example, when we look at one page, it's Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. We've got some introductions on their life. We've got some background to the 1960s. But what I want you guys to focus in on is when we talk about the differences in their philosophy on how to solve the issue of, racism. So when we look here, you're actually going to get real documents. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit for you. So this is actually from Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. This is lines from his speech. What I want you guys to do is you're going to read through document A and then all the way through here back to M is the last document here. You're going to read through these and you're going to annotate for me, okay? So this is going to be part of your lecture here. You're going to annotate about what's important, what you think, who do you think is probably had the better approach, and that's opinion-based. And we're going to have a classroom discussion about it when you guys come back with your notes. So you really want to make sure that when you come to class tomorrow, you have annotated information. I would say you probably want to annotate at least 3 things per document. Okay, so you've got document B here and document C down here. You probably want to annotate what's important, what do you find interesting, something that's surprising, something that's relating to you. You want to be able to annotate so when I say bring up document C, let's have a discussion about it, you know exactly what that's about and you've made some annotated notes that are going to allow you to have a classroom discussion about it, okay? So there's your lesson. You have your unit outline, and you also have your Martin Luther King Jr. and your Malcolm X stuff, so you're ready for tomorrow's activity, and this is your lesson. Thank you.